The reason why you didn't hear of any arrests during this latest batch of protests is because Black people stayed home, so they didn't send the cops out. If you're new here, my name is Zakia Young, your favorite suburban Black girl. And y'all, this is literally why we were saying Black Lives Matter. Y'all let yourselves get so distracted by the way the conservatives were putting the focus on the organization Black Lives Matter that you lost the plot. The point is, Black lives matter, and we have to say it because the mere fact that there were like no arrests, we didn't hear of cops surrounding you, and like we didn't hear about violence or tear gas or anything like that, like we did during the Black Lives Matter protests, is actually starting to paint the picture and plant the seeds that, oh, Black people are violent and white people aren't. When really it's that y'all weren't faced with the same types of brute force threatening you as you were using your constitutional right to protest. And that is why we said Black Lives Matter. And that is why we need to start saying it again. It's not about the organization. It really has nothing to do with that. That was something that got you distracted. But for those of y'all that showed up at the protest, I mean, the fact that women were saying, oh, I wish we had a bouncy house, goes to show what a different atmosphere this protest was. And it's disgusting and it's embarrassing. So, yeah, y'all, that's why we stayed home. Okay. I have never heard of a protest that Black people were at where it was so incredibly peaceful that it was like, oh, my kids were bored. They wanted to play. And I'm not going to go in on that woman because y'all already took care of that. And yes, it's a learning experience, right? And I know that that woman will never say anything like that again. But we have to get focused on why y'all are out in the streets. It's not for a happy time. If you're bringing your children, you're teaching them how democracy works. It's not going to be entertaining. It's not supposed to be entertaining. If you want entertainment, stay home. But if you are out there protesting because you know that 92% of Black women tried to tell y'all this was going to happen, if you are protesting because you are horrified by what is happening to visa holders, I'm a college professor. I am terrified that some of my students are going to get deported out of nowhere. That is why you're taking to the streets. It's not virtue signaling. It's not to entertain you. If you're there for any other reason than fighting for America to actually be what America said it was going to be, then you really need to check yourself. This is not a photo op. This is not so you can go viral. People's rights. I mean, I watched a video yesterday where a woman was dragged out of her car. She was an asylum seeker. The cops, ICE, broke her window as her daughter was screaming, and they dragged her out of the car, and I had the nerve to be like, oh, be careful, watch yourself. You literally broke her window and you're telling her to be careful? This country every day is feeling more and more like a page out of Orwell's 1984 or Animal Farm. This is not the time for you to be thinking about anything else but the future of our country. This is not the time to wring your hands and say, what can I do? There are so many of us. If we all keep banding together and fighting this, we will get what we need. Remember, this country was founded on these people who were fighting for the right to live their lives the way they wanted to. Now, of course, they weren't worried about Black people. That wasn't included when they were dumping tea into the harbor in Boston. But the overall idea was liberty and justice for all. And the least y'all can do is be the public facing people who are fighting. Okay? Because I know a lot of y'all had relatives who didn't vote. A lot of y'all may not have voted at all. But that is not okay. You need to get out in the streets. You need to be the face of these protests. I am too cute for jail. I am not going to prison for y'all. Y'all were the ones who broke it. And we are looking to you to fix it. And I am very proud of the 92% who had a lovely day. We were brunching. We were clapping our fans. We were relaxing. Okay? We have laid the groundwork. And again, we will continue to fight in the ways that we have already been fighting. But more of what I saw, I was incredibly proud to see predominantly white demonstrations. That is what we need to see more of, because this administration will not listen to Black people. They won't. So they need to hear more from you guys. You need to not let up on them. Okay? Now, I'm in rehearsal for my solo show, Suburban Black Girl. It's at Outside In Theater in Los Angeles, in Highland Park. It's a cute little black box theater. It's going to be very similar to my content here, but, expanded a little bit. And that is how I am fighting back. Okay? So y'all take the baton, because clearly the cops showed you that your lives were more valuable than the lives of Black protesters. And I don't want you to forget that. I'm happy nobody got hurt, but I'm also really pissed off because we don't have that luxury. We don't have the luxury of having our protests be like a carnival where we want a bouncy house and snacks. All right? That's all I have to say for now. Take care of yourselves. And remember, we told y'all this was going to happen. Okay? So keep doing the work. And we're going to get through this. We have to. We have to. All right? All right.